Hello, my fellow crafters. Welcome back to my channel. We're live. Hello, everybody. I can already see people coming in. Hi, Femke. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Dimfna. Holly. Susanna. Hey, hello. Patricia's here. Nicole is here. Good to see you all. Well, it's been a while, and I was late announcing the live, so we'll see how many people are there, but just gonna have fun, and you can always watch the replay, right? But yeah, it was so hot today that I was doubting, like, am I going to go live or not? And then I thought, okay, let's do it. And now I'm like boiling. It's really hot in my studio. So, but I'm just going to play. I'm going to do it. Hi, Norma. Hi, Doris. Hi. Hello. Well, what I'm going to do today, I've got this fun idea. We'll see how it works out. But I think we're going to have some fun. So let's switch the cameras around, shall we? And then we can have... There we go. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be working with this set, which is called Laced Up, the 2240. And I've already got some bits and bobs out, and I've got the corset here that I'm going to be working with. And the idea I have is that I've got this page in my journal, which we made, I think, during another live. But the front and back are still empty, and I'm going to work on this page here. And what I'm going to do is... cool that you have it, Belinda. I'm going to make... This is a page, officially this is for the passport size page. But I'm going to use it differently. I'm going to use this, make it as a fold-out page into my new square XL passport. Like that. Don't fold out like that. So I probably won't be finishing it today. It'll be because there's, well, we'll see. You never know. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. So since I've done the edges here with the white gesso, I just thought, you know what? I'm going to use this stencil to create some texture in the background. To do that, so let's just shake up my gesso. Hi, Ivor, welcome. There we go, just a tiny bit on there. Just grab a sponge. I'm just gonna dab that white gesso all around, thicker, thinner. I'm not going to reload the sponge. Now the center I'm not going to be bothered with because that's going to be covered up. I am going to pick up a tiny bit more because I'm going to do this side as well. Hi, Rick. Did you lose me? Well, you found me, right? So, yeah, I like that. And then this is going to go there. So, pretty cool. I'm going to... No. Where was it? No. There it was. I'm going to place the stencil back for a second. Hi, Laurie. I'm all good, hot, but I'm doing a lot better than I was a while ago. Let me tell you that. Let's shift it now. Not a disaster, but there we go. Recovery will still take a while, but we're getting there. At least that bacteria is gone, so now I can recover, which is good news. So, yeah, I like that. I mean, it's not perfect, but hey, perfection is overrated, right? But I do like this. So let me grab my baby wipe. Clean this off. And I like the effect the gesso gives, because it's just making it, yeah, and I don't know, it's different than white paint, it's different than paste. So every medium has its perks and its benefits, I think. Right, let's start with this one now. While that dries, put that in a safe spot, put this in a safe spot. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to use Violet Storms, because I thought this was a nice color to go with the background, you see. And I'm going to cut the base of my corset out of that color. So let's just put that on. Violet Storms, just checking. So this is the Infusions, Paper Artsy Infusions. I'm getting a lot of questions when I use these, but these are by Paper Artsy. And I love the color bursts you get when using that. And I'm quickly going to dry that because I'm happy with what I'm seeing here. A different variation in color there. You can clearly see the walnut stain in there as well. Love that. So how is everybody doing? In the Netherlands we're getting summer, and I love summer, don't get me wrong. But the craft room is hot, or the studio. That's the only downside. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. Now let me just put this here for a second and get another piece of this. I'm using Strathmore mixed media paper, by the way. Hi Teresa. Hi Sandra. I'm just gonna spray my paper with a bit of water, and I'm just gonna drag it through, because why not, right? I'm just gonna dry that. And I'm just gonna dip it in again, and then we get a nice layered look. I don't need this piece now, but I might use it. You never know, right? And dry that again. Now the rest can go. It will. But I love that you still see the hints of blue and pink in there. So I'm just gonna put this to the side. Don't need that for now. Is this big enough? I hope so. And if there's a piece of white, I don't really care. Perfect. Okay, let's dry that a bit further, because this needs to be completely dry before I cut it. Okay, put that to the side, grab the next piece. And I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to use a mixture of the Nouveau Shimmer powder in Catherine Wheeler and RU Cerise. So I'm just gonna, and this will give it a bit of shimmer. I don't have a clue how it's going to turn out. I mean, I've got my sample for this one, so I know this one, but the combination, I don't know. Well, it's a bit softer pink, but I think in total it'll work. Yeah, let's dry that. I like the drippies. I don't see a dog, Femke. Yeah, that's fine. Let's try that. But first, I'm going to use this sludge. Just going to use the same. Dip it in. Dip it in. And create that layered look. It creates a nice layered look. Very interesting. I'm happy with that. It's funny, the colors keep their integrity. It's really good layers. So, I'm just gonna spritz a bit, mix it up, and dip again. See what we get. Okay. That's it. Still don't see it, Femke. Sorry. But hey, it's art. You can see what you want to see, right? I just love the layers in there. Let me see. I don't know. I'm in experiment mode, apparently. This has nothing to do with my project, but I just want to spray on there. Spritz on there a bit. See what it does. Yep, it bleaches it out. This is going to be a very cool page. It even picked up some of the shimmer from the love that. Cool. I might use it. You never know. Okay, this one. Where are we? Now, what I'm doing now, there might be some crystals on there that have not completely dissolved. And I'm going to stamp on this using this stamp set, which is the laced stamp set. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place this here. I don't know where these came from. It's a different stamp set. Oh no, they're in the... Sorry, my brain is boiled. I'm going to use Chianti to ink up my laced stamp. And I'm going to stamp on this one. I know what you mean, Femke. Don't worry. There we go. And I'm just going to press that down with my hand. So I'm not going to bother putting it on a block. I'm just going to do it like this. This is perfect. No. Is it good enough? Yes. Okay, I'm going to dry this again, and then we're going to do some die cutting. Okay, get my plates out, switch on my machine. There we go. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my lace die, or the corset die I should say, on this one, and I'm going to use the base of the corset on this one. Is that gonna fit? Yes, of course it's gonna fit, because I want it to fit. There we go. Make sure the paper works with me and not against me. So it's been busy here, working on different projects, designing a new collection again for next year. We're working way ahead, which is great. Sometimes it confuses me, though, because then I'm thinking, oh, I want to use that. Oh, I can't. It's not out yet. Oh, but that. Oh, no, that's the next collection after that. I can't use that. But anyways, this cut beautifully, and this cut beautiful as well. So I'm not going to throw this away. I might use that. I like this. This not so much. So that can go in the bin. There we go. Okay, let's get everything out. It is, Belinda, it is. And I'm not complaining, though, because it's great that we're working ahead and you know what you're doing ahead of time. But let me get my scissors. This is very thick paper and not completely dry yet. What did I do here? What happened here? Bear with me, guys. Did I cut something loose that I shouldn't have? Let me look at my die. Oh, wait, there we go. Got it. Reason why I'm fuffing is that I remember that I've destroyed this die cut before. And then you get insecure, right? There we go. It's easy to take off too much. It did not cut perfect. Let me see if I can put that back in. Yes. Like so. Just squeeze everything back into place. And just run it through again. see it now, but it's got to be covered up. He's cute. He's cute. Oh, it shifted on me. But you know what? It's going to be fine. There we go. I'll make it work. This is just user error. Nothing wrong with the die. This is just me being impatient. I should have tried it better. Okay. Now, the idea was this is going to be on here, so you hardly see anything from below, but I think it's still looking good. And then I've got this one, and I think this looks pretty on there, right? So first things first, I'm going to do some inking. Where did my dauber go? Oh, you know what? I'm going to use a different color. Why not? Scorched timber. There we go. I'm just going to ink all around this. And here, just hitting that with the dark yummy ink. Oh, this is the back side, shouldn't have done that. This side, yes. Thank you, Laurie. Yeah, I love the color combination as well. So, this is going to be the base. I'm going to fold it like that. This is going to be here. So let's put that to the side for a second, while I move on to my next thing that I want to do. And that is this one. Now I'm just going to grab my felt that I used the other day, and I'm going to use the same colors I used the other day of alcohol inks, because, well, I just want to grunge this up ever so slightly. This is a technique I did last week at the live for Elizabeth Craft Designs. So this is the Tim Holtz shiny paper. The craft core, and I'm just making that look more grungy. In this case, I'm just using the rust on there. So that's that one. I've got another piece I need to do, which is this tiny bit. Let me get out all the tiny bits. There we go. And just do the same on this one. I just love this technique because you can clearly still see the purple through, but it's muted down a bit. I'm just putting a tiny bit of the darker color and a tiny bit of the blue next to that. And let's see. I'm just dabbing it on there. Somehow I'm losing my brown there, so let's just put on some extra brown. I just love playing with alcohol inks because it's so forgiving. There we go. There we go. Dry. Now this is just cardstock. I'm just gonna put that on. You don't see any of the effects because the alcohol inks are translucent, but it makes it darker. So that's why I thought, well, you know what, I've got it here. This looks fun, but I'm not gonna do anything with it. I'm just gonna give it a spritz. Put these out of the way. Spritz of alcohol. And you can just wipe it off like that. So it's very simple to clean up on a glass plate like this. I finally figured out how to set my lighting so you don't, yeah, you see a tiny bit over there, but yeah, it's fine. But it's, I can finally use my glass plate now without blinding you guys, which, that's a benefit, right? And this will dry a bit back, so that will go on there. Then this one is going to be the mirror. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. Typical. Typical. But that's the benefit of alcohol ink, because, well, you can just wipe it off with a bit of alcohol, not on normal paper, but on this shiny paper, which is sort of a plastic layer, you can. And then I need to grab the right one. Where did I just had it in my hands. Can you believe it? No, that's not it. Here it is, the sanding block. I'm just gonna sand that a bit back so that the silver comes through as well. It just looks like a really old weathered mirror. Just hitting it with scorched timber at the sides. There we go. So let's glue things together, shall we? Come on, you can do it. I'm just putting some glue on my hand and then dabbing this delicate thingy in there. I'm just going to line this up. I designed this so it can really line up correctly in an easy way. There you go. This turns into a nice and vintage mirror, right? Put this in the center. There we go. Step 1 done. Next, I'm going to do the same to this piece. So I'll get my sanding thingy again. That I literally just used. Nope, that's alcohol ink. Oh, here it is, just right in front of me. And send that back as well. So this is the same cardstock. But if you don't send it all the way through to the craft core, you get sort of a silvery sheen, which I love. So see that? More of a mirrored look. Just gonna hit the sides a bit with the scorched timber again. And I'm gonna glue this in the center of my frame, which is my mirror. There we go. Then I've got... Last week I rehearsed on a piece of... on this gentleman. Sorry, there's something in my image. It's bothering me. There we go. By the way, the flickering, it did... You remember if you were here last week at the live, the flickering that was there, is it gone now? And that's when I colored this gentleman, and I did a test run, and I'm just gonna place him on there. So I'm just gonna snip off his legs. Snip off a tiny bit more. There we go. Okay, that's good to know, Dimfna. So he's sort of looking in me still, well, he's fine. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to put one of these blocks on there. And then I'm going to move over to this one. I'm just going to ink the edge of this one. But I'm not going to do that. And I'm just going to glue this down. Simple as that. Concentrating now. Can you see that? I love this corset. It's really fun, and the combination with that laced stamp set, love it. Love, love, love it. So, is that glue? No, it's not. Something's underneath there. Get out of there. There we go. Bit of surgery. There we go. So there's my corset. And then I had more cut out. Where did I lose it already? Well, I'll cut a new one. This one is going to go on here, and that's got this nice border all around. You see that? Yeah, the doggy's gone. I had another piece cut out which was small, so it could well be that I've thrown it on the floor. No, I'll just cut it again. Pretty sure. Do I have some of that paper left? You know what? Here it is. But can I still get this out? Is this wide enough? It is. Okay, let me just run this through quickly. There we go. This is going to go on here, like so. So we've got a theme going on with the purple here, the purple here, the purple in the base page. So I'm just going to glue this down. I love the precision glue gun for this kind of things. There we go. So put a block on there. Let's see how this dried. Nice and grungy. So this is going to go here, but it's too white now. So let me think. What I'm going to do. It's an experiment again. You never know, right? Got a clean dauber here. And we're going to use some of that violet storms. Spritz that with some water. Pick that up. And I'm just gonna, oh yes. Again, not all over. I don't want to use too much water because, well, there's already stuff on the other side, but if I dry this quickly, I can make it work. And I'm having the gesso work with me this time. Gesso absorbs color, but in this case I like it because it makes it more unified. You see how it loses its intensity? And that's a property of gesso that you can use to your advantage. And I didn't ruin this side, see? It's because the gesso was on there and I worked quickly. And our paper can really, hold a lot of water. It's not watercolor paper, don't get me wrong, but yeah, you can really do a lot. Wow, if you see the amount of water and stuff I threw at this paper already, and it's still very nice and sturdy. Okay, let me just lay this flat. Now it's time to assemble this. So I'm going to place this in the center of this page, but I want a closure. Now, oh, this is way too bright. I'm going to use this one. Yes. Come on, let go of my finger. Never used this before. I always start way too long, but yeah. It does, doesn't it? Well, it's nice and cool. Okay, let me get my alcohol ink dauber that I just used. Spritz that with some alcohol to activate the alcohol ink again, and I'm just gonna make stains. He says, wow, that's completely brown, but that's fine. You can still see the pink, but it's nice and dirty pink. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm just going to spritz this a bit with alcohol to make them a bit softer and let it run a bit, because it's a bit too bright for me. There we go. Just let that sit there for a second. Yeah, Astra Biene. I'm on a mission to use more bright colors this year because I've been using muted browns for, well, ever since I can remember. So that's my mission for this year, and I think I'm doing very well with the colors. And I love this color combination, I must be honest. But this is way better now than it was before to me. Sorry, Femke. I know you like the pink, but nice and grungy. It's still me, right? And benefit of alcohol, it's dry already. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use let me grab my roll of tape, which is my beloved EZD tape, which is not coming back, so sorry, but I will use what I've got and then switch to something else. But I just love this stuff, so what's the middle of this? Okay, I'm getting fluffy now. Can you see it? So this needs to be in the center there. And then I'm going to put tape over that again. And here. And the reason I'm using tape, because there's a lot of medium on that piece of paper. And tape will definitely stick to that. So varnish that down. When you varnish it down, it really helps with getting the release sheet off. Okay. I love how this looks. I definitely do. Right. Let me just place this. There we go. Okay. So that's going there. Let me just put her back before I lose her. This is a fun idea, I think. Where did the glue come from? I don't know. So, first things first, I'm going to put the corset on there. Like so. Yeah, that's going to work fine. I'm going to have put this mirror there because I like it. Make sure not to go past there, because then it will not. Hi Louise, good to see you. There we go, that's there. I don't need Christmas sayings. I'm going to put this here. Life's a beautiful ride. So there we go. Hi Linda. So that's the cover of my mini booklet. So I'm going to open it up. Don't know what's sticky here, but that's going to be covered up by him. He's going to go there. So, and then I just got an idea, so bear with me. I'm going to cut the corset out of this piece here. I'm going to save as much as possible. I'm going to, I can do that with this one actually. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, but I'm going to use my smaller plates for that and use the metallic shim. And then it will definitely cut out. Hi Annika. I like that. Even that didn't really cut. This paper is quite thick, so it's 300 grams, is it? Yeah, it's 300 grams. So, and then with the medium on it, still not 100% dry. So make sure your paper is dry, guys, when you do this. But it's fine. Just poking out these holes. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. There we go. It is, right? It is almost galaxy-like. I see what you mean. And that's exactly what I thought when I got this idea in my head. So if you bear with me, you know what I mean. But first things first, I'm going to do things slightly different with this one. Yes, everything's out. I need some black. There we go. There's my base of the corset. I'm going to run that through, and while I'm at it, I might as well do this one as well. Why not? There we go. Don't need my metal plate for this. Sorry, that made a lot of noise. Okay, I'm going to run that through my machine. So, this was the idea I had, because I saw the same, Femke. I saw a galaxy-like, and that's why I thought, ooh, let's put it on black. Very striking. Okay. And I like some black in my projects as well, so that's going to go there. But I am going to get my block this time, because I want something. Why isn't this two-way zipper not working the right way? There we go. I'm gonna place my stamp on my block this time. Let me see. There we go. Grab some sticky ink. Wait. What happened there? It all fell over. That's white. Don't need white. David, what are you doing? There we go. It's too hot. Okay. It is beautiful on black, right, Teresa? I know. I love it. So, ink this one up. Stamp that onto my corset, and then I need silver. There we go. I've got polished silver from Wow. You see that? Still not dry. So the remedy for that is to start over. I told you when I was cutting it, make sure it's dry, and mine wasn't. Well, this is proof. So I'm just gonna wipe it all off. Use my anti-static tool to draw the moisture out and to release the statics. That was black paint I had. So I'm really just brushing this and stamp again. So that's an easy fix, right? Sorry. Got the live on my phone as well, and I'm checking there whether things are still running. There we go. Second time around. I can see some shine there. So hopefully now it worked. And if not, well, I'm just going to wipe it off. No, it's still too much moisture in there, but who knows? Maybe I can salvage it by giving it a good flick. I actually think I'm going to be okay. Let's just see where it takes us. There you see what moisture does with embossing powder. That's also why it's cutting a bit more difficult, because there's still moisture in the cardstock. So put that there. So what I'm doing is partially embossing, because I don't want the whole thing silver, but you can still see pieces of the lace. And then what I'm going to do, take a clean piece of paper towel, and wipe the rest off. And that gives a really, I think, cool and grungy effect. See that? I like that. So, okay, glue this onto that. There we go. Glue all around. So, a bit more glue here. And then put that there. And then I put this one on. And then I'm gonna call it a day. So if you haven't done so yet, give this video a thumbs up, please. That really helps. Leave a comment if you haven't done so yet, because that also helps with other people finding me. And if you haven't done so yet, please consider to subscribe to my channel for more fun, crafty videos like this and different. Yeah, I like that. I really, really like that. So this has come together pretty nicely. I think so. I think it did. So I'm going to cover that up. And what I love is that you still see this peeking out from underneath. And when you open it, you've got this, and then I've got this to work on. And that will be for next week. So let me for now just close this so you get an idea. So that is going to go in my journal. So I've got this here, then you open it and something on the back there. So that is the end result of today's live. I hope you liked it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, you guys are why I'm making this content, so I hope you like it too. Let me switch the camera so I can say a proper goodbye. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to see you for the next one. If all goes well, that's going to be next week. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, and looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye!